Dear Chayalim, please find your seats and get ready to join with your fellow soldiers around the world. The rally will begin in 5 minutes. Dear Chayalim, please find your seats and get ready to join with your fellow soldiers around the world. The rally will begin in 2 minutes. Dear Chayalim, please find your seats and get ready to join with your fellow soldiers around the world. The rally will begin in 1 minute.
Welcome, Chayalim, from around the world. We're celebrating Chof Cheshvan, Rebbe Rashab's birthday. Let's start today by singing one of his special nigunim, the Nigun Hachana. Chayalim, let's sing together with the Rebbe.
The Madin Shalachon Malkan Rebbe.
And now, Chayalim, a special story of the Rebbe Rashab.
To repay a debt, a story of the Rebbe Rashab. The Rebbe Rashab was on a visit to Petersburg. Rebbe, we have searched the entire train station for a few days already, and the suitcase is nowhere to be found. Oy, there are several precious svarim in there. Aha! Reb Avram Elia. He will bring me my suitcase. How is he going to be able to find the suitcase when so many others have already tried? Here is the baggage claim slip. How am I going to be able to find this missing suitcase? Can I offer you a cigarette? Oh, why thank you. So, what brings you here at this time? No trains are coming or going, you know. A rabbi by the name of Schneerson arrived here recently, and I am here to retrieve his missing suitcase. What a coincidence! I am the manager of the baggage warehouse. Just give me the slip, and I will have my workers find it. I'm sorry, but we can't seem to find the suitcase. What do you mean? You didn't find it? The suitcase has to be here. Go back and find it right now. We found it. Oh. We moved every single piece of luggage and we found it hiding behind a large crate. Rebbe, your suitcase. Oh, Baruch Hshem, the precious Svarim are here. Sometime later, Reb Avram Elia entered Yechidus with the Rebbe Rashab. Rebbe, I recently married a fine girl and received a dowry of 10,000 rubles. I invested the money, but all of my efforts failed. Now I am only left with 1,000 rubles. What should I do? Travel to Koretz, where Hshem will send you brachos for Parnasa. In Koretz, Reb Avram Elia bought cigarette paper for 1,000 rubles and sold it for 10,000 rubles, earning back all the money he had lost. Rebbe, I did as you said and earned all my money back. I have come to ask if you have any more business advice for me. Ah, I have paid back my debt.
Chayalim, yes, a Rebbe always pays back their debt. And you should know that I've seen this recently in my own life, and I want to publicly thank Hshem and the Rebbe for all of those brachas. Yes, we work hard at headquarters to make sure that you have everything you need for your missions. But one thing I can promise you is the Rebbe pays, and he pays big with incredible brachas. And Chayalim, you too. Each and every medal that you earn, Hshem gives you brachas for you, for your family, for your teachers. And since the beginning of this year, we've already sent out over 4,000 promotions and over 16,000 medals, and that's a lot of brachas.
Yes, that is tons of brachas, and our job today become lamplighters. As Rabbi Yossi said about Matan Torah, that if not for this day, how many Yossis would be in the market? How many Joes would be in the market? And I think all of us can say that if not today, how many Menachems would be in the market out on the street? How many Yosefs? How many everybody's? Today is the day that changed the world forever. The day that the Rebbe Rashab was born. And he was going to change history forever. He was going to make sure that every single Yid would be infused with the knowledge of Hshem. Starting, of course, coming up in exactly a month is, of course, Yutas Kislev, the Rosh Hashanah for Chassidus. But it would be a long journey until Chassidus would become recognized worldwide, till every Jew on the planet realizes that we have to look a little bit deeper and understand the world a bit more, the world that Hshem created, and brighten that world. And finally, when the Rebbe Rashab took leadership and established Toimchei Tmimim, a place where he said that every Jew was able to really feel and see Yiddishkeit. It's not for nothing that, of course, the story with him when he was a little boy and went to the Tzemach Tzedek for his birthday, and he started crying and he said, Zaidi, how come Hshem only reveals himself to Avraham Avinu and not to me? I learned in class that today in Parshas Lech Lecha, Parshas Vayera, that Hshem showed himself to Avraham and not to me. And the Tzemach Tzedek looked at him and he said, a Jew of 99 years old. In other words, he's basically perfect and still looks to be mal himself, still looks to make a bris milah. It's worthy that Hshem should show himself to him. Now the question is, why do we need to know the story? We're not Rebbes. This little boy that wanted to see Hshem. We're not a Rebbe. But the Rebbe said if the story is told to us because it's really real, that me and you could have the same really want to see Hshem. And that's what really Chassidus does. Helps us see the world in a different way. Even though, and I think today, of course, today's theme is going to be about lamp lighting and brightening the world. In a place like Australia, I think we had a fair bit of darkness, but we were lamp lighters. We showed that even in the most incredible darkness, we won't stop. and with a bunch of beautiful announcements today as we'll continue throughout the rally. But number one, of course, is the raffle. So first of all, l'chaim for this great day, l'chaim to all of us. We were drafted in the most amazing army, of course, to be soldiers of Hshem and Toim Chetvim and Tzivos Hshem. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam b'nei pri hagafen. So l'chaim, in this amazing celebration. Now, there's going to be, as usual, a raffle. And today I decided to make 4 raffles for such a special day. So number one, there will be a raffle on a bicycle. You heard it right. A genuine, real bicycle will be the grand prize. There'll also be a raffle on the Maccabees DVD, as well as a genuine official Tzivos Hshem cap. In fact, I decided we'll give the new one. There's actually a new beautiful cap, red or maroon or blue. So the winner is going to be able to choose either the traditional green one or one of the new colors. And for a bonus, we're going to give the official Tzivos Hshem foldable water bottle. So there'll be 4 raffles. How do you get into the raffle? Number one, you got to sing the Nigunim, say the 12 Psukim, do the Tzedakah, listen to the Sikha. If you missed it, you forgot to sing with, you have to when it comes to 12 Psukim. You got to say the Psukim, sing with the Nigun, listen intently. If you, by mistake, forgot to sing the Nigun, you could always go back and ChabadYut.org/rally. To get into the raffles, make sure you fill out one per child. ChabadYut.org/raffle. Fill out the missions you've done, and Bez Hashem will announce the raffles on Thursday. Without further ado, let us, of course, every rally consists of Torah, Tefillah, and Tzedakah. And I'll tell you, my dear friends, a couple of weeks ago, a friend asked me and he said, what's this whole story about Migdal Bavel, people creating a tower, trying to hold up the sky? That's a funny story in the Torah. Some random Mishagayim trying to make a hold up the sky. What does that have to do with me or you? And I thought about it. And then I remembered, this is very relevant for me and you. Because, you know what they said? You know one of the reasons why they built the tower? They said, oh my gosh, the Mabul, remember the Mabul? You know why? Because scientifically, every 1,600 or whatever years, the heavens explode. And we need to stop that because it's all up to the human beings to stop it. So we have to hold up the skies. We have to find out the scientific answers, how to hold up the skies. They forgot to look at the main thing. So I'm afraid that there's a lot of science going out there telling everybody that the world's about to end, the world's about to blow up and heat up. Well, it's kind of true. There's about to be a beautiful global warming because it says when Mashiach comes, Hashem's going to uncover that sun. But we have to remember, you think it's the human beings that could destroy the world or save the world? It's all up to Hashem. But I take that back. First of all, of course, we have to protect Hashem's world. Of course, we have to worry about Tashchis and doing everything right and protecting Hashem's world. But you think just by trying to do some steps, we're going to hold up the skies? It is up to me and you, the soldiers of Tzivos Hashem. As the Pirkei Avos tells us, the whole world stands on these 3 pillars. You're right, the world is very shaky. It has only 3 pillars, and we're going to strengthen those pillars. So sit back, relax, protect Hashem's world, enjoy Hashem's world, and brighten Hashem's world, because that's today's theme. Without further ado, let's start with Tefillah, Kapitel, Kuf Chaf, the Rebbe's Kapitel. Now please have in mind all those that need a refuah shalema. Please have in mind all those that need a shidduch, that need a baby. Please have all of us in mind. Well, my kids always ask me, "Oi, Tati, when are we going to get out of lockdown? Let's daven to Hashem to get out of lockdown." And I always remind them, don't ask like a beggar. A beggar asks for pennies. You're a prince. Ask like a rich man. Don't ask to get out of lockdown. Don't ask for a good gullus. Ask for the geula. So without further ado, let's have everyone in mind. Let's have all of us in mind that forget about lockdowns. We just want to go straight and march out in the greatest army of Tzivos Hashem to Yerushalayim. So without further ado, please join us in the Rebbe's Kapitel. And a special treat for today, we're going to join a very special Farbrengen in an actual Tomchei Tmimim. The Rebbe believed in all of us. Although originally Tomchei Tmimim was made for older Bachurim, and then later a girls' school opened up, but the Rebbe, of course, expanded that in 1980 in Tafshin Mem Aleph, 41 years ago, where the Rebbe said, not just the Bachurim, the kids also, but especially the kids. In fact, I got this from the Rebbe. This is the very mimer the Rebbe Rashab wrote what Tomchei Tmimim is all about. Why we need the Eitz Chaim. The Eitz Chaim is known as Pnimius HaTorah, holding on to the truth of life, holding on to godliness. The Rebbe, even as I was a little kid, and the Rebbe gave all of us this, the Rebbe believed in us as being the true soldiers. So without further ado, let's join back all the way across the globe as we visit Tomchei Tmimim all the way in New York.
Welcome to Tomchei Tmimim. The Rebbe Rashab established Tomchei Tmimim in Russia. Here we are in Tomchei Tmimim of America. Come inside.
Chayolim, today for Chof Cheshvan, we have a very special visitor who's going to farbring for us.
Let me start today with a story. A story that the Frierdiker Rebbe told when he came to America. It was on Yud Beis Tammuz in his apartment on the second floor of 770. And he told this story that happened to his father. Is there anyone here who knows who the Frierdiker Rebbe's father was? Yes?
The Rebbe Rashab.
Very good, the Rebbe Rashab. So this was in 1907. The Rebbe Rashab is in Würzburg, Germany. And of course, the Chassidim want to be with him. And they go to spend Shabbos with the Rebbe Rashab. The Rebbe Rashab davened ba'avodah for a very long time, for many hours. So while the Rebbe Rashab was davening, the Chassidim made Kiddush and they started to say L'chaim and Farbring. When the Rebbe Rashab finished, they sat down together for the Shabbos meal. By the meal, one of the Chassidim, Rabbi Yosef Yuzik, asked the Rebbe Rashab a question. Does anyone here know what that question was? Yes?
What is a chassid?
Great! So you know the story. Now let's see if you could follow along when the Rebbe tells over this story.
Dem Sipor hat erzählt, der Baal HaGiyuve war Simcho, in Amerika, in a Verbringen, was sie gewählt verbunden mit a Verbringen von Tammuz. Und hat Tibet erzählt, als sie gewählt beim Messibe, bei seinem Vater, beim Rebbe nicht mehr sehen. Hat einer von den Chassidim gefragt, was ist a Chassid?
So Rabbi Yosef Yuzik asked the Rebbe Rashab, what is a chassid? And who knows what the answer was? Yes?
A chassid is a lamplighter.
Excellent! A chassid is a lamtenchnik. A chassid is a lamplighter. Yes?
What is a lamplighter?
That for today, that's a great question. You see, Chayolim, most people 100 years ago didn't have electricity. Just 100 years ago. Today, if you want light, we just turn on the switch. In fancy houses, we just say, lights, and they turn on. But in those days, what did they have to do? Who knows? What did they have to do if they wanted light? Yes?
You'd have to take a match and light a candle.
Very good. And if they wanted lights in the streets, does anyone know what they would do? Yes?
They would have to take a long stick and light up the lamps on the street.
Amazing! So now let's listen again to the Rebbe and see who could follow along.
Hat ihm der Rebbe nicht mehr sehen geantwortet, als a Chassid, die das a Lantern steht. A Lanterne heißt das a Panos, a Fanar, was mit 10 Tonnen Gas gedei zu machen, lichte Kehr bei Nacht. Amol gewinnt der Seder, als pflegt sein ungegräht Klumpen oder Licht in verschiedene Örter in Stadt und zu Vernacht zu gewinnt Aish Hamemuna aus er. Gewinnt ein Mensch, was gewinnt auf Druf, dass gewinnt sein Linien, als pflegt herumgehen mit alleinigen Stecken, worum die Fanaren, die Lanterne seien gestanden in der Heich, pflegt herumgehen mit alleinigen Stecken, was auf Neben ist gewähnt ungezündet nach Feier und pflegt der Miet zugehen zu der alle Lanternes und pflegt sie anzünden. Und der Menschen hat ihn gerufen Lanternenstück. Und da sie gewähnt der Rentfer von der Reben von der Nossi auf der Scheile, wo sie sagt, Chossi, hat ihm geentfert, da sie ein Lanternenstück.
Oh, so this person was called a lamplighter?
Right, that person with the stick lighting up the lamppost was called a lamplighter. Yes?
So why are we lamplighters?
Excellent question. That explains what a lamplighter is, but why are we? Why is a chassid a lamplighter? You see, Chayolim, when Hshem created the world, he said, Yehi Oir, and there should be light. With that light, Adam can see from one side of the world to the other side of the world. And he didn't have a smartphone. He could see it with his own eyes, that this light was keeping it in existence. And who knows what would happen if Hashem's light was gone? Yes.
There'd be nothing. But what happened after the Chet Eitz Adas?
Excellent question. Actually, not right after the Chet Eitz Adas, after Shabbos. Then the light went away. Then, instead of seeing the light in the creation, they saw a regular tree. Instead of seeing the light in a person and seeing their neshama, they just saw the regular person. And when they didn't see Hashem, they started to serve Avodah Zarah. But Hashem really wanted the light to come back down into this world. So who knows where he hid the light? Everyone together? In Torah. Excellent! Hashem hid this light in the Torah, and when we learn Torah, when we do mitzvahs, we bring that light back into this world. Chayalim, very soon, when Mashiach comes, we'll see this light again, and like Adam HaRishon, we'll be able to see with our eyes from one side of the world to the other. We'll be able to see on every creation the light that's keeping it in existence and keeping it alive. And then when everyone sees that their entire existence is dependent on Hashem, everyone will only do what Hashem wants. Chayalim, now do you understand why we're lamplighters? Yes.
When we learn Hashem's Torah and we do His mitzvahs, we're lighting up the world with His light.
Beautiful. Yes.
All Yidden learn Torah and do mitzvahs. Why is a chassid a lamplighter?
Excellent question. You see, a chassid doesn't just learn Torah and do mitzvahs himself. A chassid also goes on mifsayim. You see, the pasuk says, "Neid Hashem nishmas Adam." The neshama of a person is Hashem's candle. When we reach out to another yid and light up their neshama, that makes us a lamplighter. Now let's listen and see if you could follow along with the Rebbe saying this.
Hat kan der Sipur, wo der Rebbe der Nossi hat erzählt, was hat gehört von seinem Vater dem Nossi, wie hat geämpft a Chosset. Was Biklovus a Sipur doch verstandig, a das, was man meint, Lanterne, das Ner, a Weihe, nicht mehr Sodo. Und auf Druf sagt man, a Sedo a Tafkid, a Sedo a seine Licht, was man eise Siebe Shetihie, seien sie noch nicht angezündet, Und was ist der Ingen, was ist ein Chossid, als darf gehen und anzünden Licht.
Yes?
Regular people light up their own home, but Hasidim are special and they light up the world just like lamplighters.
Amazing! Chayalim, you were an amazing class, and thank you very much to Rabbi Weinbaum, and I want to wish you all a good Yantif!
To go himself, he insisted, the Rebbe persisted, to send the Shliach, and instead he would not agree. He schlepped all the way to Moscow to convince officials somehow to reverse a terrible decree. Opportunity to save his fellow Jews' precious time he'd use. So deep was his love and care that the hardship she chose to bear, even without the native tongue, the Rashab got the job done. The decree annulled his Avas Yisrael won.
Chayalim, you're doing the most incredible job in bringing Hashem's light back into this world. And let's take a look at just some of the ways you're bringing this light into our world.
In 5768, the CheshvanTzivos Hshem Brigade had 14 bases with 2,092 soldiers. Today, there are over 10,000 soldiers from 89 bases around the world.
Oh, so I will get back to that in a moment. But first of all, I'd like to thank Rabbi Weinbaum. What an incredible Fabringen. And we always have to give a big thanks to headquarters. Now, Baruch Hashem, down here, some amazing news. It's time for you to be lamplighters. This week is already Shabbos Mevarchim. We started in El a very special campaign in honor of the Ainsworth, Bubby, and Zaidi. And we want to get more and more kapitelach. I know a lot of you have been doing tons of kapitelach, and some of you are forgetting to send them in. But it's important because even if you're a chassid and you want to be a true chassid, not to show off, and no one needs to know how many kapitelach you did, it's important for the world to see how strong we are and for your friends to see that. And if you haven't been doing it, please join along please, in the Shabbos Mevarchim campaign. Say as much Tehillim as possible. And of course, send it in. We already did incredibly over the last few months, over 30,000 kapitelach. We did tremendous, and please, we want to see that number grow. So put that down in your calendar. This Shabbos Mevarchim. Of course, this week is going to be an incredible, over 100 students taking a remarkable test, which we're about to talk about. But let's get straight in. We already did Tefillah. We're going to do soon tzedakah, but let's go straight in to find out some amazing Tzivos Hashem updates with the 12 psukim, and as well, we're going to update you a little bit after this.
Chayalim, you're doing the most incredible job in bringing Hashem's light back into this world. And let's take a look at just some of the ways you're bringing this light into our world.
In 5768, the CheshvanTzivos Hshem Brigade had 14 bases with 2,092 soldiers. Today, there are over 10,000 soldiers from 89 bases around the world. That's a lot of bases with lots of soldiers, which equals a lot of light being brought into this world.
We start with the first pasuk. Today we have with us a chayil from Vancouver Hebrew Academy, a soldier that joined Tzivos Hshem of Vancouver and is dedicated to completing his missions, and he's joined the Chidon for 2 years. Please welcome 2nd Lieutenant Yonatan Princelow, who will lead us in the pasuk of Torah Chayalim around the world. Let's hear you.
Chidon Sefer HaMitzvahs started with 1 language and 45 Hayolim. Today, 9 years later, you have lit the lamp of the Hayolim around you, bringing friends to join, and it's being learnt in 3 languages. And this year, over 6,000 Hayolim registered.
Chayolim, this next pasuk we dedicate to a Chayol who has been looking forward to being in the Chidon for many years. Last year, he was in 3rd grade and he already started to learn. But then Hshem took his neshama to be back in Shamayim. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to join. So this year, every child in his class joined the Chidon, and they've dedicated their learning in his chus. Please welcome the 4th grade of Chay de Lubavitch, Chicago, who will say the pasuk of Shema, Le'iloi Nishmas, Herschel Weinberger, Olav Hasholem. Chayalim, give it all you got.
In 5769, we introduced the Frierdika Rebbe's directive of saying Tehillim on Shabbos Mevarchim. Back then, the Chayolim said 30,000 Kapitlach in a year. 13 years later, we're saying more than 1,600,000 Kapitlach in a year. How much light do you think that brings to the world?
And now, for the next pasuk, we go to our base in Buffalo. We have with us 2 Chayalim who are extremely dedicated to saying Tillim each Shabbos Mevarchim. General Yecheskel Lorber and 1-star General Meir Greenberg to lead us in the pasuk B'chol. That was very special. Chayalim, if you're part of the Chidon this year, I want you to put up your hands. Wow, that's amazing! Much hatzlacha to each and every one of you on your upcoming test.
Our birthday gift to the Rebbe of Tanya and Mishnayos Balpeh is a huge beacon of light. With 9,000 lines in 5769, last year we reached over 1 million lines of Tanya Balpeh and over 600,000 lines of Mishnayos Balpeh. That's a lot of light shining.
And now we go to the base where Tanya in 5 began. This is a program now running in over 30 bases, and we welcome Sergeant Major Menucha Coates from Chay de Lubavitch, Chicago Girls to lead us in the pasuk Kol.
Kol. Yisrael. Yay. Lahem. Chelek. Li'olam. Haba. Shenemar. Yamid. Kulam. Tzadikim. Li'olam. Yershu. Arad. Netzer. Tai.
Great job! And all of you that are learning Tanya Bal Peh each day, Hatzlacha Rabbah! I can't wait to see how much we do this year for the Rebbe's birthday. And now for the next pasuk, we go to Olei Torah of Crown Heights, the base with the highest average of Mishnayos in the world. Please welcome the Chayalim of 6th grade, together with 3-star General Shneir Zalman Matasov, who knows the entire Shisha Sidrei Mishnah Bal Peh. Take it away.
Ki! Kalai! Eilecha! Adavar! Me'ai! Beficha! Overvavcha! Lasaisai! We are Lamplighters!
We started in 5769 with 2,943 rank promotions and 2,600 medals. Last year, you earned over 16,000 rank promotions by earning over 70,000 medals. In total, you have earned over 462,000 medals. That's a huge light brought into this world.
And now we go to a base that's really doing well this year, earning lots of medals. Please welcome First Lieutenant Sarah Holtzberg from Southern Connecticut Hebrew Academy to lead us in the pasuk V'hinei.
V'hinei. V'hinei. Hashem. Yitzhak. Chala. Imlai. Chal. Haaretz. Kevaydei. Umabed. Alav. Levaichem. Klayos. V'leid. Im. Avdei. Aroi.
And the light keeps growing stronger with over 5,000 Chayolim who do their Sefer HaMitzvahs mission each day.
As promised, after each Sefer Rambam that's completed, Chitas for Kids makes a raffle for a $50 gift card. The first winner who learned Sefer Mada is none other than 1-star General Bela Deitch from Cheder Lubavitch, Arizona. The second winner who completed Sefer Ahava is 4-star General Chaya Slavatitsky from Cheder Chabad, Baltimore. The third winner who completed Sefer Zmanim is none other than General Ita Rezel Karpolovsky from Beis Chayamushka, Toronto. The fourth winner who completed Sefer Nashim is 2-star General Chanala Levy from Lubavitch Educational Center in Florida. The fifth winner who completed Sefer Kedusha is none other than General Yosela Altain from Cheder Chabad, Toronto. And the sixth winner who completed Sefer Haflah is none other than 1-star General Miriam Katz from Lubavitch Educational Center, Florida. Chayolim, remember to complete 110 days of Sefer HaMitzvahs before Yud Aleph Nisan, and you will enter into the raffle from Chitas for Kids to make the Siyum in Eretz Yisrael with the Rambam.
And for the next pasuk, we go to a base that really kochs in learning Sefer HaMitzvahs each day. Today we go to our junior troops in the kindergarten of Cheder Chabad of Baltimore, Maryland, who do not miss one day of learning Sefer HaMitzvahs. And they will lead us in the pasuk Bereshis.
Talking about adding light, Who could have imagined that thousands of Hayolim would be watching full rallies of the Rebbe, showing your true Hiskashros, connecting to the source of all light?
And now we go to one of our 42 bases that does the Connection Point program. We go to one of the pilot bases who started this all off in Temchet Mimim of Ocean Parkway, where we have one-star General Elia Zagwi to lead us in the Pasuk Vishinantam.
Vishinantam! Levanecha! V'libarta! Bo! V'shivtecha! V'sacha! V'laftecha! V'derech! V'shopecha! Uvkumacha!
Lamplighters!
Chayolim, you added so much light by reaching out to your fellow Yidden. Mitzvah Shaifer, Mitzvah Lulav, Mitzvah Hanukkah, Mitzvah Purim, Mitzvah Matzah, and Mitzvah Eis B'Sefer Torah. The numbers are outstanding. You truly bring the light back to this world.
And we now go to another special base where we have Chayolim who travel for hours to find one single Jew and light up his neshama. This is all arranged by a special family of shluchim in Olei Menachem of Postville, Iowa. Please welcome Sergeant Major Yosef Yitzchak, Captain Chaim, and General Mordechai Shimel to lead us in the Pasuk Yagaiti.
Yagaiti! Eloi! Yotasi! Am! Ramid! Lo Yagaiti! Yotasi! Am! David! Yagaiti! Yotasi! David!
Chayolim, one of the ways we add light is by fighting our Yetzer Hara. The Rebbe told us exactly how to do this. Each week or month, you get together with your commanders, your madrichim and madrichos, and learn from our avis and imaches how to fight the Yetzer Hara.
Today, we highlight a base that follows the Rebbe's orders and shines in this campaign. We are so proud to go to Lubavitch Educational Center, Florida Girls, where 2-star General Penina Basher will lead us in the Pasuk V'Ahavta.
V'Ahavta! Le'acha! Rabbi! Akiva! Aimer! Zev! Wow! Gadol! Atayra!
How much light was added each day as you all daven?
We now go to a base that trains their Chayalim to daven like real Tmimim. We welcome Sergeant Major Levi Reinitz and First Lieutenant Mendel Bogart from Cheder Chabad of Connecticut to represent all the Chayalim who daven so beautifully around the world. Lead us in the Pasuk V'zeh.
And last, but so important, all the Torah that you learn all day in school. Can you imagine how much light that adds to the world each day?
Today we highlight another special base to represent all of you who koch in Limud HaTorah. And we go to Cheder Menachem of Kingston, where we welcome 2nd Second Lieutenant Sterner Ksara Green, and General Rivka Lane to lead us in the Pasuk Yismach.
Wow, wow. And you know what? First of all, beautiful. That is so much light around this world. As we're about to say Yehiratzen, and I hope this is the last Yehiratzen in Galus, as all of those girls and boys in the Psukim screamed out after their pasuk, we are lamplighters. My dear friends, my dear Chayalim of Australia, by the time this rally is over, you must stand up and scream out, I am a lamplighter. I know we're all crawling out of lockdown now. And you know what? Sometimes it's a little bit hard. After we've been, just like it's a little bit hard to leave Galus sometimes. We're like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm the mood of Mashiach right now. We got to remember the real reality. So we got to crawl out of this lockdown. And we got to scream that not only am I going to be a soldier, but I'm going to be a lamplighter to inspire others. Baruch Hashem, we put in a whole new thing in place for Tzivos Hashem, where you're going to be now getting your medals, prizes, rank books, Bez Hashem, at the school, weekly and monthly. We put in a beautiful system. You can go online and buy your prizes. We already have out next week, once we all get back to school. Normally, we're going to be giving out thousands of medals and prizes, Baruch Hashem, and a big thank you to Chaim Amzak for preparing all that. And I ask you, boys and girls, continue marking your missions. Don't let the darkness win. Become a lamplighter, because very soon we're going to be those soldiers marching out and saying the world changed because of us. I'd like to call upon a very special soldier who's been working very hard. Already a second lieutenant with 15 medals, only 3 away from coming a first lieutenant. So let's call out with him the Yehiratzen, that Hashem should finally Yibane Beis HaMikdash, about time to build his Beis HaMikdash. V'sei chalkeinu b'seir secha, and let us truly understand the Torah, especially the way it's shining through Torah Chassidus, the real depth of the Torah, the real holiness of the Torah. And of course, with our international anthem, We Want Mashiach Now. So don't forget to join along, not only watch, but say it. Of course, to be in the grand raffles. Like I mentioned, we're going to do a bonus raffle. So we have 4 raffles, a grand prize for a bike, a beautiful bike, the Maccabees DVD, the new Tzivos Hashem cap, and as a bonus, the foldable official Tzivos Hashem water bottle. So without further ado, let's call upon Second Lieutenant Elchanan Tenenbaum.
Yehi, Ratzon, Mufanecha, Adinoi, Eloheinu, Elohei, Aboseinu, Sheiban, Beis HaMikdash, Re'irav Yameinu, Zerenu, B'Zerezecha, Sheiban, Beis HaMikdash, Re'irav Yameinu, Zerenu, B'Zerezecha.
Okay, and we're about to finish, so don't forget to go to ChabadYouth.org/raffle to fill in all your missions. We're going to finish momentarily. Let's first go and see off Rabbi Weinbaum, a big Yishakayach Shimi, and the entire Tzivos Hashem team for putting together really one of the most incredible, beautiful rallies, Fabrengens. So, and then we will wrap up. So back to Shimi.
Chayalim, now it's time to get creative and make your own menorah to spread even more light to the world. Chayalim, very soon, this light will be something that everyone will be able to see with our own eyes. And then we'll all see that we are being made by Hashem's words. We will all see that Hashem's light comes into this world through us learning Torah and doing mitzvahs. We will all see that the light comes through the leader, the Nasi of the generation. And then everyone will only do what Hashem wants. Everyone will listen to Melech HaMashiach and will do everything they can to support Yidden learning Torah and doing mitzvahs. This was one of the most incredible rallies we ever had. Torah, we said the 12 psukim. Tefillah, we begged and beseeched Hashem to finally show us this light, to bring Mashiach now. And now, our final weapon, tzedakah. Remember, when you give a dime, have in mind Gedela tzedakah shemekareves es hagol. We're gonna flood this world with light. I can't wait for the trumpets to blow when our victory will be complete with the coming of Mashiach, and you, Chayalim, will lead the world out of Galus. Take it from Miyad Mamash now!
Thank you, Rabbi Weinbaum. So Chayalim, L'chaim. First of all, we want to see all those menorahs. You get to work, get thinking. We want to see all those beautiful menorahs. We will also actually make a local prize. We'll announce that shortly. So get crafty to show how you're going to light up the world. And of course, don't forget to give tzedakah. So do Torah, Tefillah, tzedakah to get onto that raffle. ChabadYouth.org/raffle. And we'd like to give a big mazel tov for in 2 days. There's going to be over 100 chayalim and chayalas taking their very first chidon test for this year. They worked very hard, and trust me, I thought we'll be having so few because they've been through a lot of hardship, a very difficult year, but they pulled through. I also want to announce that Bli Neder, very soon we're going to be having our chidon, our long-awaited chidon ceremony and award, special dinner and ceremony. So L'chaim Chayalim, maybe this talk could be the last rally, and everyone's going to say, aha, that's why they say Mashiach will come first in Australia. They suffered such darkness, but they are pure light. So L'chaim, may we march out of this galus. Don't forget, as mentioned, keep doing your missions, especially this week. Shabbos Mevarchim, Tehillim really brightens up the world. And we hope to see everyone in the biggest rally ever, with the general at our head, the Rebbe leading us to the Beis HaMikdash HaShlishi. Everyone have a good Yom Tiv, and we hope to see you very soon.